Hello everyone, and welcome to Network Labs. Today in this video, I will share the basic configurations of a Cisco switch. This is the first part of my CCNA Switching Labs series. Let's proceed directly to the configuration once the switch has booted. Pressing the Enter key initiates the user exec mode, which is the initial command line. In this mode, the permission is limited and can't do advanced commands. To get full access to the switch, we have to enter privileged mode, also called enabled mode. Type enable, then enter. The greater than symbol changed to number sign. This tells us we are now in enabled mode, granting us full access to the switch. It is a good practice to erase the configuration files before we start. Type the command, erase startup config, then enter and confirm. Delete also the VLAN database. Type delete flash:/VLAN.dat, then enter. Type reload for the switch to reboot, and the recent configurations will take effect. Once the switch has reloaded, we can now start with the configurations. Enter the configuration mode. From user to privilege mode, type configure terminal. First, configure the host name or switch name. Type host name followed by the desired switch name, then enter. Next, disable domain lookup to prevent the switch from translating an unknown command. For example, in switch 3, type a command that is not present in the user mode. This will take time since the domain lookup is enabled by default. Type no IP domain -lookup to disable it. Once disabled, the switch will immediately respond if a missing command is typed. Next, configure a console password. In the configuration mode, type line console followed by 0. Then set the desired password. Configure login for the password to take effect. Without it, the password set will not work. Remove and reconfigure the login to test. As we can see, no password is required. Reconfigure the login command. The password is now required. Next, set the privilege or enable password. Make sure that all the passwords in plain text are encrypted. In the configuration mode, type service password -encryption. Then, type enable secret followed by the desired password. Exit twice, then test the enabled password set. Enable password is working. Next, set user authentication. First, modify the line console. Add the word local after the login command. Without it, the username set will not work. Next, configure the desired username and password. The username is working. If we remove the local after the login command, no username is required. Type show users to verify the current logged users. Next, set the telnet password. Configure the virtual teletype or VTY lines. Type line VTY followed by line range. Then set the password. Configure login for the password to take effect. We'll test the password set once we are done with the remote management address configurations. Set a banner to show a message or warning when trying to log in on the switch. In the configuration mode, type banner login followed by the desired message in the correct format. Next, configure SSH for a more secured remote connection. Assign a domain name. Type IP domain -name followed by the desired name. Then, generate a key. Type crypto key generate RSA, then enter. Use 1024 bits for now. This will take a few seconds or minutes. SSH has been enabled. Enter the VTY lines. Configure login local. Type transport input telnet and SSH. Now, let us configure the management IP address for remote connection. For now, we will utilize the default VLAN, specifically VLAN 1, for out-of-band or OOB management. In the future videos, we will set up the in-band management using another VLAN. Here, the switch is on the same network as my laptop. Conduct a continuous ping from the laptop to test the connectivity. By default, all the interfaces are assigned to VLAN 1. Enter interface VLAN 1, then configure the assigned IP address. Enable the interface. The ping now shows that the switch is reachable. Next, add a default gateway for future purposes if another network needs to be reached. Next, control the access to VTY lines by setting up a basic access list. For example, let us allow only a specific host not included in the management network. Then enter the VTY line interface. Then bind the created access list. Open a new session to test the VTY line connection. Input the IP address of the switch and use SSH. As we can see, the connection is not successful. Remove the existing access list and modify the IP or network address. Open a new session again and test the connection. The switch now accepts the connection. Issue the command, show line to check the active sessions. SSH is working. Another active session is the console line. The same status with Telnet. Make sure and do not forget to save the running configuration to the startup configuration. With this, we have successfully configured the basic configurations needed on a switch. I hope that this is informative to you, and thank you for watching.